has to be an opt-in strategy. It's pretty clear that the default should be no linking between in-game and real-life information. So I think we're all pretty consistent on that.
Yeah, I can't even look at it. I was just like, I'm dealing with kids. There's no option.
Yeah, that's kind of a giveaway for you.
It's like, yeah.
Okay, this is our last question.
Okay, I have to apologize. My Geek translator is offline currently. When you're putting together your patches, your games, etc., how much attention do you pay to the amount of bandwidth you're going to be requiring from your customers? And I ask this because I recently spent time overseas where 2 times dial-up was affordable, and anything faster than that was, you want exactly what percentage of my paycheck? Kind of questions, and I know several other people who are experiencing the same problems.
That's really irrelevant to me. We just bought a 5-acre property on the back end of nowhere in Southern California, and we're on wireless, and it's really, really painful to download patches. Most of the games, all of the games that SOE has, we schedule the patches to be roughly a certain size and well spaced apart. That's one of the reasons. The patching, you schedule them apart so that the developers can give particular attention to specific ideas in each patch and really polish them off. And also because you do have to limit the amount of bandwidth. There is nothing worse than when we're sitting in a meeting and they're going, okay, so we want to patch this thing, but it's going to be like a 700 meg download, and everybody goes, oh man, there's got to be some way you can roll that into something that already exists so that they don't have to download a whole 700 megs at once, because that's awful. It's another issue with when we were talking earlier about digital downloads. Now that we've got games that take like 2 and 3 gigabytes, don't ask me how long it took me to download the DCO game to my home system. It was a long time. So yeah, we're always very cognizant of patch amounts, and we try to keep them as slim as humanly possible. Actually, one of our EQ2 clients actually now goes streaming much like they do with the Cartoon Network, with Fusion Fall and with Free Realms, wherein you can have a client that downloads quickly, and then as you enter each zone, it downloads just that zone as you need it. Then it's permanently there, so you only download it once, but it saves some of that pain. And so we're always looking at ways to make that easier for you.
Yeah, like I said, when I started working on Meridian 59, our target platform was 48.8 or 56K modems. We measured our patches in megabytes, and if we went to double-digit megabytes, we got yelled at. So I mean, obviously things have changed since then. But I think there could be a lot more. I think a lot of games require broadband. And I think a lot of times they just get sloppy. What's another 100 megabytes on top of the patch? When we're already talking several hundred megabytes. But I think like you said, there are some people that just can't handle that. And so I think I think that a little bit of discipline, like what we used to have to apply, can be useful. But on the other, again, when I said what people say they want and what people will pay for, people obviously want very pretty games and they don't care about downloading big patches for the most part. Obviously, some people are going to get left behind, and I kind of hope that some of the smaller independent MMOs can kind of pick those people up, though.
Yeah, Global Agenda is Unreal 3 based, so we're definitely more on the pretty side and less on the small patch side, because it's a very rich, fat client as far as the patches. So we're always looking to balance that, but towards the innovation, it's also where's technology going. Fortunately, computers get faster, bandwidth is getting faster. Many places overseas have already leapfrogged the U.S. as far as ubiquitous of broadband and speed. So we're also always looking at where the industry is going and how can we deliver a more rich experience in MMOs. So a lot of the mechanics that are in MMOs now, again, just kind of evolved from the technology that used to be in place. And you can have a lot more real-time combat and other sort of experiences besides the traditional ones. So that's part of it as well.
Yeah, we've always been sensitive to how much our kids can take, honestly, because there was a computer behind and a connection like on the lowest possible end. And even our streaming currently, we're constantly improving it. I mean, and we've been talking with our partners out in Asia and everywhere else to try to get the game over there, and every single country has a different requirement. So yeah, we've been constantly struggling with how to best stream the smallest amount to each of our updates. So
I think the summary is we're not doing it on purpose, really.
Yes, and at this point, I would just like to thank them very much, our panelists, for coming out and spending some time with us. very much. And I'm going to turn this over to the guy who runs the room.
Next up in this room, folks, we do have FunCom 101. Kevin and Rafe are going to be talking about some of the FunCom games. In the room next door at the same time, in half an hour, Crystal will be running a panel on kid-friendly MMOs. So if you have children and are interested in finding games that are good for them, she will be doing a run-through, and she has lots of giveaways related to those kid-friendly MMOs. So again, bring your children or bring yourself and find out about them. Thank you.